Guys, are you all ready for the main event? Yeah! This man has been an absolute legend. It's going to kill us to see him go. Please give a big warm welcome for the last time, the hilarious, incomparable Drew Freeney.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Wow, what an alcoholic crowd. Like half the crowd got up to go get a beer before I came on stage. I knew, it's Chinese New Year's Eve, and I knew that it's just going to be a lot of people in here with family problems, and I'm okay with that, We got poor people who couldn't go to Thailand and people with family problems. That's what this show is, right? You guys got issues with your parents? Welcome to the show, all right? I've been in China for 10 years as well, so yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is my last show at Kungfu Komedy. Yeah. And for those of you who don't know who the hell I am, no problem. That's no problem. I actually started with Kungfu Komedy 8 years ago. When it was it 8 years ago? 8 years ago? 7 years ago when it began here in Shanghai. Of course, the facilities were not so nice. We actually started this little bar called Beatties. Anybody? What's that? Beatties? You been to Beatties?
Yeah, it's the Wednesday jam night. I had a great time over there.
That's a great bar, right? That's down on, what was it?
I don't remember.
Dagu Lu.
Yeah.
Over on you guys been to Dagu Lu by a round of applause? Yeah. I don't know why. No, we started out, it was not the same, right? I mean, we started out, you remember, right? The bathroom was behind the stage. Right, so like you would have people, you'd be up on stage and you'd be like, what's up with my eye? And then people would walk up, go to the bathroom, right? And if they came back like 30 seconds later, you'd be like, they took a wee, And if they came back 6 minutes later, you'd be like, they must have had hot pot before the show. I kind of miss those days. I wish we had a green room, that would have been a lot of fun. But happy Chinese New Year, Anybody? Yes, you're stuck here. There is a lot of ways to wish people happy Chinese New Year, It's no, it's not Chinese New Year, right? Lunar New Year. The moon is for everyone. Yeah. How the heck did China slip that one in there, right? That was pretty cheeky, They're like, it's Chinese New Year. Wait a minute, the moon is for everyone. And America's the only country that's actually landed on the moon. If anything, it's American New Year 2. American New Year Part 2, baby. That's what Chinese New Year is. And there's a lot of ways to wish people happy Chinese New Year, You got, what is it? Xin Nian Kuai Le. Right, Happy New Year. You got drunken mumble from the back of the room. That's the Henan dialect for Happy New Year. You got Wan Shi Rui, right? Wan Shi Rui, that means I hope 10,000 happy things can happen to you this year. That's a lot of happy things, right? You do the math on that. I mean, I'm not good at math. I went to high school in America, but 10,000 divided by 365, that's a lot. Even in one day, that's a lot of happy things happening, right? There's a lot of happy things. My favorite, right, and I have to wait every year to say this, but my favorite thing to say is Gong Xi Fa Cai. Hope you can make a fortune this year. I like to say it to the guy that I know for certain is not going to make a fortune this year. Today I'm like down at Lawson's, It's like that poor bastard who couldn't go home for New Year's. I know, I feel bad for him. He's down there. Right, and they always say welcome, Huang Guangling, but it's like super sad today. Like, I walk up to the counter with a big smile on my face. Gong Xi Fa Cai. Hope you can make a fortune this year. You're gonna have to steal from the register every day for 6 months. But I hope you can make a fortune. We need 100 of that guy, right? Sound like a mental asylum. Right? I got like a little drum kit of like laughers going on here. You know? I got like, and I got. I'm moving back to Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, you may have seen this city featured in the documentary RoboCop 2. That's where I'm going to be moving to. It's going to be great. I've been in China 11 years. Yeah, 11 years. Or in terms of the life it's taken off of my life expectancy, 28 years. I'm going back to Detroit, you know, but I'm a little bit nervous, right? Because, you know, you spend a lot of time outside of America, and then you go back to America, right? And people are very suspicious of you. People are very suspicious of China. And when I first came to China, my grandma was like, "Don't tell them you're American. They'll put you in prison." I'm like, "Grandma, I'm pretty sure they know I'm American." No, but you leave the U.S. for 10-something years, you know, and then you go back. People there, they just treat you like you've been hanging out in an Al-Qaeda training camp for the last 10 years, you know? You get down to Customs and Homeland Security, right? Anybody who's been there, you know, right? Before the plane even lands in America, they put on that little video from Homeland Security, right? And if you've never seen the video, it's something like this. It goes something like this. The pilot comes on, he's like,
"Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be landing in the United States of America in about 25 minutes. If you could turn off all electronic devices and please pay attention to this short video from Homeland Security. Thank you very much."
Then the video comes on. The video sounds something like this. It's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, you are now landing in the United States of freedom, democracy, America." And it's like, you know, you get down there. It's like the first year I was in China, right? The first year coming home from China, the guy's like looking at me. He's looking at my passport. He's like, "How long have you been gone for?" I'm like, 11 months. Right? The guy looks at me. He stamps my passport. "Welcome home, son." This is in 2007. America has wars in 2 different countries. And here I am teaching oral English in 4th city in China, 4th tier city in China, right? This guy's like, "Welcome home, son. God bless you, son. You served your country over there." Those kids may have never seen Forrest Gump if you hadn't shown it to them in oral English class because you were too hungover to teach class that day. Welcome home, son. God bless America. Now after 10 years, you know, the guy's like looking at me, looking at my passport, right? He's like, right, that's the other thing. Why are the guys at customs always licking their lips? You know? So it's like some fat, pervy guy with a mustache licking his lips. It's like, "Says here you've been gone a long time. Where you been?" I'm like, Shanghai, China? Is that near Pakistan? What the hell kind of a name is Freilich? I'm like, I don't know. You know, I start to get nervous. I'm like, I think it's like German or Dutch or something. Sounds Iraqi to me. And then going through security, every single country is different, you know? Every single country. The easiest country in the world to get into is Japan. Right? I go to Japan, there's just a lady standing on the border with very clean white gloves, and she's bowing to you as you enter the country, and she's like, thank you, passing, thank you, passing, thank you, passing. Right? Osama bin Laden could come into Japan, she'd be like, thank you, passing, thank you, welcome to Japan. I went to Bolivia, they don't even have customs there. You just run off the plane and then into a field. Bienvenidos a Bolivia, mi amigo. Right. And then it's like, do you take your shoes off? Do you take your belt off? Is it like security in China? You just leave everything in your pockets, you don't take anything off, you walk through the metal detector and it's going off for every single person. Every single person down there at Hongqiao Airport just beep, and then the next person's like beep, and then the next person's like beep, and then the next person's like beep, right? And then they put you up on that little pedestal, you know, you stand up there and you're like... I mean, it doesn't matter, you can like be carrying like a samurai sword in your pocket onto the plane, you know, they'd be like... Oh, 可以，你去吧，我们去吃饭。你去吃饭，对，我们去吃饭。12点半，大家都要吃饭。Everybody's eating. 12:30. The whole country's going on lunch break. You want to get out of the plane between 11:30 and 12:30? 不可以的，不可以的. We're eating lunch. But America, you know, it's like, let me take my shoes off, let me take my belt off. The guy in Detroit, you know, he's like, just start stripping. I'll tell you when to stop. They're very strict. I went to Boston a couple years ago. Boston, they go, sir, we found an anomaly in your pants. Sir, there's an anomaly in your pants. I go, that's a good thing, right? I go, you can't strip search me. This is a violation of my constitutional rights. He goes, constitutional rights, huh? Well, boys. We got ourselves Edward Snowden here. Let me tell you about your constitutional rights, young man. According to the recently renewed Patriot Act, the American Freedom from Freedom Act, Constitutional Amendment 8345, Officer Brian here is legally obligated to stick a catapult up your ass to search for weapons of mass destruction. And then there's just a sign over the whole thing. It just says, welcome home. Which is nothing at all like going through customs in China, right? Customs in China totally different. You know, you go on like a visa run to Hong Kong. Yeah, sure none of you do that, right? Oh, you reputable people here for Chinese New Year. You know? You go to Hong Kong for 45 minutes. Okay? They're looking at you. They're like, how was the stairwell? Yeah. You go through like immigration in China, right? They're looking at you. And basically, if there's a white guy in the passport and a white guy in front of them, welcome to China. You're going to love it here, right? They're like looking at you, they're like, it says here you have been on a tourist visa for 9.5 years. Do you have a job? It's like, what? I wouldn't work on a tourist visa. Your English is really good. He's like, just a so-so. Welcome home, son. I try to keep in touch with my family, you know, while I was here in China. Right? I don't know, anybody here been here longer than 10 years? Anybody? You, sir? Anybody? How long?
11 years.
Oh, yeah, okay, we're tied. Okay. 13?
No, not 13. 20.
30.
Wait, no, I'm not. Look at so old.
How many years? 20? 20 something? 20 you'd rather not talk about it? Okay, that's good. What year did you come here, sir?
The first time, 1990.
1990. Wow, okay, give this guy a round of applause. That's I mean, like, right? I'm sure it was. I don't know what it was like back in 1990. You know, it was okay.
Yeah.
Where were you, in Shanghai?
Yeah.
You were in Shanghai? Yeah. Okay.
Don't ask more.
Don't ask more. No, I don't want to. You're giving me this look like don't ask more. You don't want to know. Right? You know, you're giving me this look like, hey, you don't want to know why I was here in 1990. Where are you from, sir?
Germany.
You're from Germany? Okay. I don't have any jokes about that. I don't have any German jokes. I don't have any German jokes. I do have German jokes. Of course I have German jokes. I went to Germany. I went to Berlin.
How was the customs?
In Germany?
Yeah.
Oh, it was fine. It was good. They said welcome. No, they said get out in 30 days. That's what they said. Don't stick around. Right? Delicious bread in Germany. You guys have great bread. Give a round of applause for German bread. These people have great bread. Because you always hear about French bread, but German bread is the bomb.
Correct.
It is so good. Are you from Germany, sir? Look, they're all coming out of the woodwork. I feel like my grandfather up here, surrounded by him all of a sudden, you know? So with their bread, they're coming out of the woodwork. What else is good? Oh, dude, the people were friendly. I think. I couldn't understand what they were saying, but it seemed friendly to me. You know, the parks were beautiful. I smoked a cigar in Berlin. That was quite nice. In what?
In public.
Not in public. It was in private. Not in public. Don't know why you got hung up about that. That's not right. You've been living in China since 1990. What do you care about air quality, right? What do you care? Yeah, man, I came here in 2007, and like, you know, back then, keeping in touch with your family, it was like, you had to buy a calling card, right? You remember that? You buy a little calling card, it was like, had a little scratch off, it had 16 numbers, you know, and then there was a store, right? You couldn't call, you had to go down to the store. There's a guy at the store, you know, with the phone, and you enter the 16-digit number, and then it would like ring up, you know, and be like, right? Like that sound, right? That was literally the person down at the phone company, like turning the wheel. They're like, right? It was exhausting, you know. Things have changed. I mean, lately, I got Skype forwarding on my phone. That changed my life, right? Skype forwarding, what it is basically is you get a local number in your home country, And then people can call that number. They don't have to make a long distance phone call. And then Skype forwards it to your cell phone in China, right? So I got this number, but the problem is this number belonged to this auto repair shop that went out of business like 5 years ago. Then they gave the number to me. But some people, they didn't know that like this place had gone out of business. So I'm getting phone calls at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning from people looking to get their car fixed. Right? And like you get a call at 3 o'clock in the morning, what do you think?
Switch off your phone.
Switch off my phone? What is this? You giving me advice? I don't know. No, I'm saying if you let's. What would you think? What would you think, other German guy? You know, like, right? Somebody died, right? I think you were at the last show. I asked you the exact same question. Yeah. How weird is the universe? It was that exact same guy. I asked him that exact same question. How weird is the universe? Weird. Okay. So you think somebody died, right? So I'm getting these calls at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm getting these calls, and people are looking to get their car fixed. The name of this place was Expert Transmission, right? And you know, there was this one guy. He kept calling over and over and over and over again, and I tried to explain to him so many times, sir, you're not calling Expert Transmission. That place went out of business, and you're actually calling my cell phone, and it's the middle of the night in China, right? And when I said China, that just like blew his mind. And this guy was like, China! 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 Right? But he just kept calling and calling and calling and calling. So finally one night I got sick of it. I got tired of explaining it to him, right? He called for the 100th time. He goes, is this Expert Transmission? I go, yeah, that is what I said. Would you like to finish the joke? No, I'm just kidding. I go, yes, sir, this is Expert Transmission. What can I do for you? He goes, well, I'm just looking to get the transmission on my car fixed. I go, what kind of a car are we talking about here, sir? He goes, well, it's a Dodge. I go, sir, are you some sort of moron? We only fix Toyota trucks here and Expert Transmission, you idiot. He goes, you talk to me like that, I got half a mind to come down there and beat your ass. I go, sir, you cannot come down here and beat my ass because for the 100th time I'm in China. 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 He goes, I don't care where you are, I'm gonna come down there and beat your ass. I go, fine, sir. You want to come down here and beat my ass? Let me give you directions to my house. My address is 欢迎路靠近法华镇路269路3号楼301。到了门口就左转，对，一直走，啊，听，好，发飙给我啊。Good luck finding my house and beating my ass, moron! The subway security check in Shanghai. I'm leaving, right? I'm leaving next week, right? I can say whatever I want. Who cares? Right? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, right? The security check in the subway, it's optional. I don't care anymore. Okay? Let's just call it for what it is. It's optional. Right? These freaking people are down there every day, you know, just like, Right? They look like a penguin that got hit by a boat and one of the flippers came on. Just flopping around on the dock. Don't know why there's a dock in Antarctica. Oh my gosh. And then the thing is it's optional, you know? It's like you can do it or you cannot do it. It's up to you. Right? If you want to go by without putting your bag in, there are ways. There's a lot of ways. Right? There's a lot of ways. You ever walk by them, right? And you open up your bag, let them take a peek inside. They're like, oh, hey, that's good. Hey, that's good. Right? I've had people grope my bag. Right? They're like, right? What does that do? Right? Oh, that feels like a shotgun. That feels like a shotgun. Oh, it's just... You can do anything. You can walk by them. Just go. You can scream at them in English, you know. You can tell them exactly what you're gonna do. They'll be like, "What's that?" And you'd be like, "This is a spear, and I'm a crazy, and I'm gonna go down in the subway." You'd be like, "Oh, Cuddy. Get in there, you crazy guy." It's ridiculous, you know? My mom, she came to visit China. She goes, "Oh, at least they're giving him a job." No! You are crippling these people. They are facing rejection thousands of times a day. They will have no self-esteem for the rest of their life. Right? You think about these people like trying to like, you know, propose to their girlfriend or something. They get down on one knee, they're like, what do you think? But there's different levels of security, right? There's different levels. Like normally, it's just like the 15-year-old girl in the winter jacket that's 9 sizes too big. You know? And then every once in a while they up the security, right? They got like 4, 5, 6 people standing around the machine. You know, they got the girl, then they got the like 17-year-old boy who's in the winter jacket that's only 4 sizes too big. Right? And then after that, they go the next level up, and they like add like this like old cop who looks like he did something really bad, so they send him down there to punish him, you know. And he's down there too. He's like, oh boy. And then when it's like maximum security, like top security, right? They add. We're talking like Expo, Olympics, G20, you know. Maximum security, they add like a soldier. Right? He's got a helmet, black jacket, he's got the assault rifle, you know. And when you see automatic weapons in China, that's when you know the weather's going to be good. They're like, look at the size of that rifle. Blue skies today. I'm going for a jog. So I was going up to Beijing, right? I was riding on line 10. Line 10, anybody? Anybody? You ever ride line 10? What's your favorite line, sir?
9.
You like line 9? That is a dark horse. That is a weird line. What's your station? What's your station? Oh boy, taxi man right here. What's your station? You just throw. Shanxilu. Is that line 9? That's not line 9, bro. Oh, here you go, bro. Come on, bro. Having a nice time. You can't just start lying to me, you know? You're having a good time. You're having a good time. You're coming here with your lies, you know? Come on, man. You're having such a nice time till you start lying, you know? Even this guy, he's German, you know? He hasn't laughed in 50 years. That's why I wanted to my farewell show. I thought maybe I'll see a German laugh, you know, just like a unicorn or something, you know? I used to work out on line 5. Hey, you know line 5? That's the light purple color. Right? They ran out of primary colors. That's not relevant to this joke. And so I was going to the Hongqiao railway station, right? And had a little sandwich packed for the journey. Had a little coffee, you know. And I started going through the subway security line, right? And they started doing their thing, you know. And I'm like, oh, not today. Let's be real. But this lady got in front of me, right? She got in front of me and she was like, no, put your bag into the machine. Right? And when she did that, I was like, oh, today's the day. Right? They bought the machine. You knew that they intended to use it one day. Today's the day. So I put my bag in the machine. You know, I put my bag in the machine. And then it starts going through, you know. Person sitting there, watching the screen. They're awake. Comes out the other end, and I start walking away, right? This lady goes, hold on a second, sir. There's a prohibited item in your bag. I go, prohibited item? She goes, open up your bag. There's a prohibited item in your bag. I'm trying to think, what could this possibly be? You know, so she opens it up. I start pulling stuff out. She pulls it out. There's a prohibited item in this bag. Pulling stuff out. Finally, she pulls something out, right? She goes, what is this? What is this? You can't bring this onto the subway. This is a prohibited item. You can't bring this on here. What is this? I go, it's shaving cream. We use that in my country. Oh, I'm leaving in a week. Just let me have my fun. She goes, you can't bring this onto the subway. This is a prohibited item. Right? And I go, yeah, I know. And I put it back in my bag. And I start zipping my bag up, right? And I start walking away, right? And then she's like, hey, sir, get back here. You got that prohibited item. You get back here, right? And I was like, I did like what I think is like probably the most Chinese thing I've ever done, right? As I'm walking away, I'm like, oh, how da. Right? He's like, no, you get back here. Hey, get back here. Get back here. I go, what? She goes, you forgot your sandwich. Is that ham and cheese? Anybody here study Chinese? Anybody? Yeah. Anybody? Who said yes? Anybody?
I said yes.
Okay, weird dude up the back. Let's say that sounded super weird, didn't it? He was like, I studied Chinese. How long, sir?
What?
Oh, not. You're not even paying attention when I. Oh my gosh. What is up with this crowd? Between this guy not paying attention, this guy lying, this guy shouting stuff out. No, sir, how long have you been studying Chinese for?
Roughly 3 years.
Okay. Roughly, huh?
Roughly.
Roughly 3 years.
Yeah.
Sounds like you haven't been studying very hard. That's what that sounds like. Roughly 3 years. he's really curbing that. Like, I don't know what that's called. Anyways, my English is bad now. I feel like I owe a lot of money to taxi drivers in Shanghai. A lot of unpaid Chinese lessons. You know? Because these guys were basically my Chinese teachers. You get in a cab, it's a classroom. It's a classroom on wheels. And these men, these grumpy men, are your unwilling teachers. These guys. And I learned Shanghainese from them too, right? I did. I learned a few phrases in Shanghainese. I learned like 5 or 6 phrases. And every time I get into a taxi cab in Shanghai, I say the exact same 5 or 6 phrases, right? And I think that I'm probably famous amongst the taxi driver community in Shanghai, right? They're like, have you run into that guy? Like, the one who speaks Shanghainese, right? Because, like, I get in a cab, right? So you get in a cab in Shanghai, and, like, you get in there, and they see you're a Lawai, right? And they're looking at you, they give you that look, like they know something about you that you don't even know about yourself. You like get in the cab and they're like looking at you, they're like, and they use that like kind of condescending tone of voice, you know? They're like, 你好, 到什么地方? And then I tell them my address, you know? I go, 华山路, 淮海路? And they're like, 好的. And I take off. Do do do. 欢迎你乘坐长生出入汽车。And then, like, you get in a cab sometimes, you know, I don't know if you've bumped into these guys, like, I don't know if their radio's broken or they don't have, like, a CD player, but they're singing to themselves, right? And they're like, that's Lady Gaga, if you haven't gotten it yet. And then I talk to these guys in Shanghainese, right? I ask them, have you eaten dinner in Shanghainese, right? I go, 师傅, 侬也被吃苦了吧? They're like, like, 那啥呀，我搞得没好啊！那啥地方？我美国人。啊！美国人老聪明啊！ Sorry if you don't get that joke. I'll do it. Excuse me, sir, have you eaten dinner? Your Shanghainese is amazing. Where are you from? America. Americans are so smart. The English version's not bad. I think there's a few complaints, you know. I feel like I need to air some of my grievances against taxi drivers here. There's a few things that bother me, you know. Like, there's a few things they do that kind of bother me, right? Like, one thing is, you know when you're going somewhere and it should be 25 kwai, but they just stretch that extra 10 feet for 26? You know? The other thing that bugs me is, like, sometimes, you know, you see a driver and they give you that, they don't want to take you, right? They go like this. Which, this is the most dismissive gesture a human being can make, right? And I can't hear what they're saying in the cab, but I like to imagine that they're going, no! Take a bite of a rib or something. It's like really undercooked, so there's blood coming out. detail. And then the other thing too is like, sometimes you get in a cab, right? Or they like roll the window down to talk to you, and it's like they have a place in their mind that they want to go to. And if you don't guess that place, you're not going to go. Tell them, Hua Shan Lu, Hua Hai Lu. But they can go, right? They can go. They can go, right? Because there's one place they'll always go to, you know? Because you get in a cab, you tell them, Pudong Airport. They're like, boop, 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 da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, Pudong Airport. You drive a cab for a living. That's what you do. That's your job. That's your job. You know, like my day job, right? My day job is I'm a mental health counselor. Yeah. It's like people come in with all kinds of problems, you know? You don't get to decide. There is no Pudong Airport of mental illness. When people come in, I'm like, what's going on? They're like, I'm depressed. I'm like, oh, no. I don't do that one. You drive the cab. That's what you do. You drive the cab. We tell you where to go. That's what you do, you know? Even Chinese airlines go where you tell them to go. Eventually. Eventually they go. You're going to Shenzhen? We'll get you there in the next 3 days, okay? They're always delayed. The flights in China are always delayed, and they come up with the most ridiculous excuses. I heard this excuse one time, right? They come on the announcement, and they're like,
Ladies and gentlemen, we regret to inform you that flight MU5873 will be delayed due to
airplane delay. You can't do that. That doesn't count. I can't be like,
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. The show tonight will not be good because
the comics suck. And then you like, you know, sometimes you ask a Chinese airline, like, why is it delayed? It's like that game show, Wheel of Fortune. But instead of Wheel of Fortune, it's the Wheel of Excuses. They're like, why is the plane delayed? They're like, hold on, let us check. Weather, it's weather. Like, weather, it looks fine to me, it's blue skies. They're like, have a rest. I've been married for 9 years. That was such a fake clap. I've been married for 9 years, right? It's interesting, you know, like,
Interesting.
Hey, don't get lost in your lies. You can drown some of those lies in an Asahi, sir. These guys left too, right? Didn't they leave? They left, eh? They were kind of hammered. This was like the nightcap for them. I think they thought like, oh, we'll come to the comedy show, it'll be like a human piñata, you know. Anyway, so you know, it's like okay, any rap fans? Rap fans in the house? No? One guy is actively shaking his head in the back of the No. All you need to do is this, sir, this. I reject you wholeheartedly as a person. Rap fans, anybody? Rap fans? Yeah? What do you like to who said yes? You said yes?
Yes.
What do you like to listen to, sir?
Kanye.
Kanye? Okay, cool. Yeah. The one black guy in the back of the room is laughing at me. That is the you know jack shit about rap. Why do you laugh? Oh man. Oh, is Muhammad back there? Are you back there, Muhammad? Oh, he's back there. Okay, he's back there. This is my last joke of the night, guys. You guys have fun? Anybody? This is my last joke at Kungfu Komedy before I go drink some water in Flint. That's a great joke. I like that. Hey, the water in Shanghai is no walk in the park either, though. Let's be honest. Anyways, do you like to listen to Kanye? The thing is, like, I can't listen to rap music, you know? Like, 9 years into marriage, there's nothing rap music has to say to me. They're not speaking into my life. You know, every rap song is like, oh, yeah. Smack that ass, you know? Work that ass, you know? There's no song that's like, oh, I'm kind of tired, let's go to bed early. Maybe we'll do it next week. Oh, I'm kind of tired. I'm back. Anyway. You never hear a rap song about like a long-term relationship. You never hear that rap song. Hey, Vanilla Ice up there, Vanilla Ice is like, boom, 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 bada, boom, boom. Boom, 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 bada, boom, boom. Boom, 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 bada, boom, boom. Stop, communicate, and listen. Mow the lawn and do the dishes. And then if everything's right, I mean exactly right, and she doesn't have a headache, you're gonna get some ice, ice, baby. Boom, 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 bada, boom, boom. Boom, 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 bada, boom, boom. You never hear a song about, you never hear a country song? Every country song is about drowning your sorrows in whiskey and beer and wine. You never hear a country song about the risks associated with long-term alcoholism? You never hear that country song? Like, bam, 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 bam. When I go drinking, I get drunk. And I never feel like I had enough. And I have a significantly increased risk of stroke, heart disease, and high blood pressure, as well as throat, colon, esophagus, and stomach cancer. Mental health problems like depression and anxiety. Family problems and lack of productivity, social problems, occupational problems. Cause when I go drinking, I get high. And being intoxicated has been correlated with a not small number of homicides. Beating my kids, beating my wife. I lost my driver's license, so I can't drive. Bow, 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 bow. That joke hits home with this audience. You never hear a club song about planning for the future. Every club song is like, tonight is the night, everything you ever want to do, we got to do it tonight, we're going to burn this town down tonight. You never hear a club song that's like, tonight, 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 we're going to go to bed early. We're going to wake up in the morning, go jogging. We won't see the effects right away, it might take 4 to 6 weeks. Tonight, 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 I'm saving all my money. I'm gonna put it in a 401k. They have this song at my gym, you know, that I go to. I'm just kidding, I'm a dad now, I don't go to the gym, but right? They have this song, it's like, I got a hangover, ba-na-na-na-na. No, that's not what a hangover sounds like. Why is every song at the gym like sound like you're getting ready to like go out and party as soon as you're out of there, you know? They have a song at the gym, it's like I can't remember exactly how it goes, but something it's like I hear the sound beat. I don't remember the words. It's like I hear the sound beat to the heart. Oh, what a shame that I came here with someone. And if you're here in my heart, Let's make the most. Let me finish it. Yeah, I don't remember the song. It's like, let's make the most of tonight, cause we're gonna die young. Dun, 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 dun. Right? That song, you guys remember that song?
Yeah. Pressure.
Why are we at the gym if that's the song we're listening to? I'm trying to lengthen my life. I'm trying to improve my cardiovascular health. Granted, I've been in China for 10 years, so it won't, it'll balance out. I'll die at 45 instead. Thank you for that save. That was great. That was great. I just remembered I have one more joke, actually. Look at this list. Look at this list. Oh, there's some great jokes on here. 8 jokes. You guys get 8 jokes tonight. This was 8 jokes. There's 8. They're very long with lots of explanations. Text. This is what I want to end on. Right? I do want to end on this because this is why I'm going back. Why we're going back. So the reason that actually I'm very happy in China. I like it here. Right? A lot of expats, they come here, they burn out. Like, I've had it. I'm out of here. Right? I'm happy. I love it here. But the reason we're going back is. My wife and I, we adopted a kid this last year, a Chinese kid from China, right? So, what hair color? Hey, let me tell the jokes. Okay, it's black. It's black hair. Black hair. Yeah. We're gonna dye it green. No, we're actually so silly. We're moving back, right? Because I don't know if you heard, there's this guy named Donald Trump, right? So the immigrating to the U.S. is very difficult now, right? It's a lot more difficult. A lot of the policies are changing. So originally when you adopted a kid in China a couple years ago, you could stay in China and still go through the process, and he'll get his U.S. passport and his type 2 diabetes and his box of shotgun shells, become a real American, right? But now we got to move back, right? And so we're like, well, let's move to Detroit. That'll be good. So, right? So we're moving back, right? And that's why we're moving back. We're moving back to finish the adoption process. And I feel like, I'm really happy. I'm happy to go out this way, because I've been here for 11 years. I came to China when I was a young guy. I came here as part of an exchange program where you come and teach English in China, and then China takes all the best years of your life. And it's true, right? I mean, it's like I've spent a lot of time here, and I decided that it's fair, right? And so one day, when I moved back to the U.S., I decided I'm taking one of them with me. As a souvenir. Because the type of souvenir you take home from China should be based on your time here. My mom came here for 2 weeks. She got some silk, some chopsticks. Me, 10 years, human life. Fair. Hey, don't you guys say you have a population problem? Why go upon you like bang bang, I'm here for you, China. Our son is 2.5 years old. 2.5 years old, very cute. Yeah, I kind of wanted to adopt a 25-year-old, kind of somebody who could start making money for the family on day one, We skip the whole part where I raise him and just go straight to the guilt trip and he mows my lawn, for free. He's 2.5 years old, and it's very weird, right? I just became a father last month. It's super weird. Yeah, thank you. Party girl in the back who knew the lyrics to that song. I just became a father last month, right? Our son's 2.5, and it's super weird because he doesn't even speak English, right? So I'm speaking to my son in Chinese. So his native language is going to be HSK level 5 Chinese. Mother tongue. Think about this. He's gonna grow up, right? He'll be like at some networking event. He'll be like, 你好，我叫 Abner Freilich， 来自美国，我喜欢篮球，我喜欢打篮球，我很喜欢中国菜，我喜欢饺子。Yeah, the thing is, like, he's from Henan province, Henan, right? Henan province, which, if you don't know what that is, central China, right? It's like the Detroit, Michigan of China. Right? So he doesn't even speak like Chinese. He speaks the local dialect, Henanhua, right? The Henan language, and it's super weird. So I'll be talking to him in Chinese. I'll be like, hey buddy, 你要不要吃饭? Right? And he's like, and people say, oh, you can't tell that joke, right? That's racist against Henanese people. No, that actually is Henanhua, what I was just speaking right there, right? That is. I learned it from my Baoan. The guard at my compound taught it to me, right? We were talking the other day. She was talking to me, she's like, and I said to her, I said, and she was like, 我知道. We're watching Sesame Street with our kids. Yeah. You guys remember Sesame Street? You remember Cookie Monster? Cookie Monster, now Cookie Monster, he's got this song called Cookies Are a Sometimes Snack. Yeah, he's like the gluten-free celery monster now, you know? I remember 1980s Cookie Monster. 1980s Cookie Monster had a serious dependency problem. Right? He was like, Cookie! Cookie! He was a mess! He was a mess! He had serious problems. He wasn't even eating the cookies because he enjoyed the flavor anymore. He just wanted to avoid the withdrawal symptoms. Cookie! Cookie! Not that one so much. Anyway, I'm pushing my kid around, you know, in the stroller, pushing him around. And like, Chinese people, they have like all kinds of different reactions, right? They have all kinds of different reactions when they see me with him. It's like, the first reaction is this, right? They look at me, they look at him, they look at me, and they're like, oh wow, look at him. Look how blonde his hair is. Look at how white his skin is. Now that's the first reaction. Second reaction is this. They look at me, they look at him, they look at me, they look at him. Yeah. And they make that noise when they're like kind of confused. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Right? Well, they're Shanghainese, right? So it's more like, right? It's like the noise at the end of Home Improvement. You guys remember that show? Remember that show, right? Dun 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 dun. They go, he looks nothing at all like you. I go, yeah, I'm not his biological father. They go, that whore. Been talking baby talk to my kid. Baby talk, right? You guys know what baby talk is. It's like no matter what they do, you give them a little bit of encouragement. You get speaking that high-pitched voice, you know? I'm like talking to him. I'm like trying to teach him stuff. I'm like, 你可以说爸爸, 说爸爸. He goes, it sounds nothing at all like it. I'm like, good for you! You said it, right? Baby talk. And then I realized, 2 weeks into watching my son, this is exactly how every taxi driver in Shanghai talks to me when I get in. Right? I get in the cab, I'm like, 你好, they're like, 你是哪个国家的人? I'm like, 美国. They're like, 哎呀，我们快到了，东西别忘了，发
they should talk to us like that. They should talk to us like that. Because when expats get in the cab in Shanghai, we sound like 2-year-olds. Okay? You get in there, you got your little business card with the address written on it. You're like, do you want to go to the bunk?